Hi guys, welcome back to my trailer breakdown, and this is the breakdown for trailer 2, but this time it's the international trailer. Initially I thought it was the Spanish trailer, but somebody told me it was Brazilian, then somebody told me it was the Thai trailer, so we're calling it the international trailer. I think we'll probably get this trailer in the UK as well. I think this trailer again is similar to trailer 2 for the US. It doesn't show too much new footage, but some of the new footage that it does show is very interesting and there's a lot to talk about, so let's delve into the trailer and we'll break it down as best as we can. And like I said, I'm only giving you my opinion and what I see. I may miss quite a lot of Easter eggs and I may miss a lot of the plot details, but that's why you're there as well, guys. Leave your comments down below if you notice something that I didn't. Now what I love about this trailer, straight from the off, is very stylistic. I see the drone shot up there and it's very symmetrical, and I think that that's what we're going to see a lot of in this Halloween movie. Not only are we going to see hopefully a good slasher movie, but we're going to see a stylistic slasher movie. We're going to see some art, because we saw that in trailer 1 with the checkerboard in the sanitarium. Same goes with this shot as well. We're seeing a good bit of symmetry, and it's a good way to open up a trailer. Another stylistic thing I love about this trailer is we hear the documentary crew talking just like they did in the first trailer, but they're showing Laurie this time instead of Michael, so this seems like more of a Laurie-centric trailer. And what I love about this part that nobody's mentioned is, although he says maybe a monster's created a monster, I think what's good about this is it's showing Laurie after 40 years behind this railing, behind fences, behind security. So not only has Michael been in captivity for 40 years, Laurie has made the decision to put herself into her own captivity for 40 years. So this movie is looking like it's two people who were locked up for 40 years have finally got out, and they're going to face each other for the first time in 40 years. I think that's got more of a meaning than what happened in Halloween H2O, because there's about a woman who's been hiding for 20 years and a guy who's been missing for 20 years. So when they come together, it was epic, I will admit that, but this one seems a little bit more. It's double the time, 40 years, but both of them are ready for each other. That's what it seems like. Now we see that cool shot of the Sarah Connor style Laurie when she's cleaning her guns and stuff like that, and she's wearing her vest. But something interesting again is, it's an extended scene from what we saw in trailer 1 with the documentary crew that goes to visit Laurie. Now again, this could go a few ways. They've maybe visited her before they've obviously went to visit Michael, or maybe they've been visiting Michael a few times and they're coming back and forward, getting both sides of the story because they're doing a documentary, and she's basically telling them that he's evil incarnate, just like Dr. Loomis said, and they're probably thinking, well no, anytime we go and see Michael, he's either quiet, doesn't say a lot or anything, and he keeps himself to himself. So how can a guy like this do such a bad thing that you're saying that he done? So maybe Michael's manipulating these people without saying a word. So that's quite interesting. They're obviously going there and they're annoying Michael. I don't know if they're maybe trying to get a rise out of Michael, but they certainly did do from what we saw in the trailers. They got their hands on the mask. I don't know how they got their hands on the mask. It could be that Laurie had the mask and they've stolen it from Laurie, or Laurie had the mask and gave it to them in the hopes that Michael gets angry. But then we do see the paperwork and the evidence that the mask was taken. So we don't know how this movie's going to start, but we know that Michael disappeared from the lawn. Does it get caught and the mask gets taken off him and he gets put into custody? That's what it seems like, and the mask is taken into evidence. So I don't know how the documentary crew managed to get access to the evidence. Maybe as part of the documentary they're allowed to look at things but not touch, I don't know. So how they got the mask we don't know yet, but it seems like maybe they've stolen it from the evidence lockup, or they've been given it just to show Michael it, I don't know. So it's a bit of a strange one, but that's it. Like I said, one monster's created another. She's doing her shooting practice whereas Michael's sitting silently. She's like Ivan Drago and Michael is like Rocky Balboa. So we hear our granddaughter saying my grandmother turns into a nutcase this time of year. So it seems like maybe some of the town folk know that Laurie still lives there and she's a bit of a recluse and a bit of a nutcase. And obviously she's just kind of saying, yeah, she is a bit of a nutcase. But she's went through a lot, because I do think that they know what happened in the town, they just don't really talk about it much. And again, there's another cool shot of the masks again. You don't see the witch mask in that particular scene again, but like I said, the witch mask is there with the other two. There's a cool shot of the buttons. I don't know if I noticed this before, but we see clearly the red button that says smoke purge. Sometimes they show you those kind of things because they're going to be using it in a later scene. So maybe there's a scene where there's a brawl. It looks like maybe when the documentary crew were annoying Michael Myers and all the inmates started going crazy, maybe the smoke purge goes on. Because I think sometimes when they show you things like that, they show you it for a reason. So I think that smoke purge button might get used at one point. I don't think that's how he escapes, because he escapes on the bus. But I think the smoke purge button has got something to do with that scene. Another artistic shot was fantastic. I love this part. Now, we see the checkerboards in the first trailer. This is the same scene, but from a different angle, like I said. And I loved how you see the documentary guy's foot just going almost close to that yellow line. Now, all of those guys out there have got OCD, will know that that's quite satisfying to look at, because that yellow line's right in the middle of the shot and it's split. One side of that scene is the documentary crew and the other side is Michael Myers, but notice that there's an absence of Michael Myers' foot there, so it shows that he's absent, he's not there even though he's there. Again, it's very artistic and I love the way they've done that. Again, another fantastic shot in the exact same scene. When Michael responds to something, you see one of the documentary crew turning her head to her right, where one of the doctors behind her is turning his head to his left, and they do it at the exact same time. More of the symmetry that we saw at the start of the trailer. I think we're going to see a lot of that during the movie. I think personally it's going to be a very stylistic Halloween movie. And when he says, "Do you remember Laurie Strode?" you see his hands fisting up a little bit, so he does remember Laurie Strode. Because there's times that I've been questioning myself, why is he getting out after 40 years and why does he care about Laurie Strode? He probably won't even remember her. And this trailer confirms that yes, he does remember Laurie Strode. Don't know why he really has a grudge. It could be that maybe she's damaged his eye socket or whatever and he does remember her, but this trailer just shows that he does remember Laurie Strode, not because it's his sister, he just remembers her because she was one of the ones that got away, and actually one of the ones that got him caught. And you can see in that shot there, from the side of James Jude Courtney's head, you can see that little kind of white beard. So when I mentioned in my last breakdown video that I don't know if it was Nick Castle or James Jude Courtney, I still think it's Nick Castle from his body, but if anybody's basing it on the beard, it could be either or. It could be James Jude Courtney or Nick Castle. More of the same again, we've got the bus crash, but this time we see one of the officers lying down saying run to somebody with a shotgun. I think that person with the shotgun is the person you see walking towards the bus. They seem like they're probably going to die as well. So I don't know if that's maybe, I don't think that is a sheriff with a gun. I think that's the man in the car with his boy. He's probably said to his boy, stay in the car, I'm going to check it out. And he's taking a shotgun with him, and I think he's going to die. But again, there's a little boy involved. I don't think Michael's going to kill the little boy, but I think the little boy is going to come face to face with Michael and he'll give him a good fright. Now, you've all heard the tune in this trailer. It's a great tune, even if it's not the official tune to Halloween, and even if it wasn't John Carpenter that done it. I think that's a great version of the Halloween theme. I think they'll use that in the movie, and again, I don't know if that's the official theme or not, but it's great. We see Laurie's granddaughter. She's obviously out. I don't think she's trick-or-treating obviously because she's too old, but she's wearing this 1940s style gangster outfit in a few of the scenes. So she's obviously going to some sort of party with her friends, and that's how she's going to get caught up in it. Maybe she's going to be out, Michael's going to see her, and it could be an accident and he maybe doesn't know that she's anything to do with Laurie, but she obviously gets chased by him because in some scenes you see her running with the same outfit on, but it's a little bit more dirty. And there's a little guy who's basically a little Tommy Doyle. And the babysitter's there. Again, I think she's there just to be killed. She does scare the little boy, and the way she does it, it makes me think that yes, you're next, hen. There's the scene with the sheriff. He looks like he's in one of the bathroom stalls, so that could be either or of the documentary crew, or it could be both of them, the male and the female, but he's definitely in some sort of cubicle. He's opened up the door, so I think this is one of the first kind of bodies that the sheriff start picking up. And that's probably going to get them thinking Michael Myers has escaped and he's coming back to Haddonfield. That's just another shot, just like the US trailer with the woman in the house. This time we actually see a little bit more because he pulls at her hair and he's obviously going to kill her, maybe slit her throat or something, but it just shows that this is going to be a little bit more brutal than the original Halloween. And I'm not just saying it's going to be a brutal movie. Yes, there's going to be brutality in it because there has to be. It's 2018 now. That's what people want to see for some reason, but I still think we're going to have those subtle kills where we're not going to see much, or there's going to be some kills that we don't see the kill at all. We'll just see the aftermath of the kill. This scene here is pretty interesting. We can obviously see that this mask is in custody, maybe in a police car, because we can see the blue sirens outside. We can see the shape that's over Michael's mask is the fencing inside the police car. So it's obviously in the car. I don't know whose hand that is though. I don't think it's going to be a second killer, obviously. I think if there was a second killer or a replacement killer, then that would be the end completely for the Halloween franchise. So it's definitely somebody who's either reaching for the mask to make sure Michael doesn't get it back, or it could be Michael himself. The hands look a little bit delicate to be Michael's hands, but maybe it's just the angle, I don't know. So I don't know whose I don't know whose hand that is completely, but it's a bit of a mysterious scene, so it's a good shot to put in there because it gets us asking questions. There's a scene that our granddaughter's shouting "get away" in this trailer. I think this shows that her granddaughter is a bit more confident than Laurie was when she was 17. I'm guessing her granddaughter's 17 now as well. She seems a little bit more confident. She's still wearing that same outfit from what we saw earlier in the trailer. So this is obviously the end. It looks like the end, the final confrontation, because we also see her in the police car screaming. And she's in most of the end scenes from what we think is the end scene. So I think that she's going to have a big part to play at the very end of the movie. This one shows a similar angle, but you can see that when Laurie struck Michael to fall down the stairs, she had a knife in her hand. I don't know if she got him with the knife or just hit him with the end of the knife or missed him completely, but she swung a knife at him. And that also reminds me when Michael swung his knife at her and missed and got her arm, she fell down the stairs. It looks like the exact same things happened in that. She swung for him with the knife, maybe got him slightly, just a little bit, and he's fell down the stairs, similar to 1978. And this is the scene I was talking about in the last video. Michael's behind all the dummies, and if you look closely, you can see a bit of blood on one of the dummies. I don't know if that's maybe her that's been hurt, or she's managed to hurt him with either the knife cut, or she shot him, but somebody's bleeding, and I think it's Michael. This scene here obviously looks like it's in the police car still with all the blue hue. She's still wearing the same clothes. But it also reminds me of Rob Zombie's Halloween, and I don't want it to remind me of that because it just looks like the angle and the colouring of that particular image reminds me of Rob Zombie's Halloween. I hope I'm wrong. And there's the final shot. I love that shot with Michael coming out. I think that scene there when Michael's slashing somebody, he's got them. I don't know if it's maybe a main character, I don't know. It could be one of the sheriffs, one of the police officers, but he's certainly got somebody right in the face. And that's the breakdown for the international trailer. Like I said, the other clip that I had that was a minute long, I've kind of spoke about that in this breakdown and the previous breakdown that I've done for both of these trailers. But like I said, let me know if you think I've missed anything, let me know if you think I've misinterpreted something, and let me know if you've seen any Easter eggs that I've maybe missed. I did see a lot and I probably forgot to mention them in this video or my previous video, but like as always, leave your comments down below. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching again, thanks for subscribing, I'll see you soon, bye bye.